And welcome back to Who Would Win? Very special pre-recorded because I'll be gone for Monday through Wednesday. Who would win? And this one comes to us from Lethal Injection 1997, who asked the question: Who would win a fight? Leonardo, which I'm guessing meant Leonardo from the Ninja Turtles, versus Lucario from Pokemon. And I can see the matchup in some extent. One, they're both fighters. One's a trained ninja. I mean, with Leonardo, he's the leader of the Ninja Turtles, the most level-headed of them, though a bit egotistical at points. He's probably the most skilled among them as well. As the turtles themselves are roughly speaking in like the 6 or close to 6 foot range, all depending on their interpretation. On average, anywhere between the mid 5 foot range to 6 foot range, sometimes even going above that, like 7 foot range, and like the Michael Bay ones. But Leonardo is the leader, and he is highly skilled. Trained by Master Splinter. He also trained several times with in other disciplines with other fighters as well. So he is a very competent martial artist. So let's call him a master though, because there's still actual master martial artists can take him out without question. The Shredder beats him pretty easily. Hell, Ra's al Ghul and Batman both beat him without too much difficulty. So yeah, he's not infallible by any stretch of the means, but he's a highly proficient martial artist. Ninjutsu, obviously, so he knows how to disappear, blend in the shadows, stealth-like. He's also quite a formidable on the battlefield fighter, thinking of strategies. And he wields they're not katanas, they're actually a made-up weapon by Hollywood. They're essentially like a wakizashi, but straight, so they're not the full length of a katana, but they're also not the full length of a wakizashi either. They're kind of like in the between. But the point being, they're highly proficient, can cut through most things, even like small, low-grade metal. He's a very skilled individual. He's also the one who's least likely to get angry. Well, no, that's not true, because I'd imagine it's probably Donatello, the most analytical one, who's least likely to get angry. Leonardo does have a bit of an ego on him. So, yeah. So with Lucario's a Pokemon. Now, Lucario stands, if I'm not mistaken, like around 4'11", if I'm not mistaken. Let me get Cerebi up here real quick, which I always have on standby because I'm a big Pokemon fan, and we got some more screenshots. Lovely. I'll have to check that out later for Shield and Sword. Oh, that does. Oh, that's actually cool. Oh, that's the entrance to the dragons. Oh, that's cool looking. Oh man, I don't have a. Well, I'm getting up Lucario here. I don't have a Switch yet, but and just because I'm kind of slow on the uptake on evolving my technology, my my equipment, things along those lines. If anything were to make me get the next gen, it's what made me get a 3DS is because the next games were going to be on the 3DS. So what makes me get a Switch? The next games are on the Switch, and the Switch is definitely the most expensive of them. But luckily, the Switch is to a point in terms of technology. Oh wow, Lucario is short. Lucario's only 3'11". He's not even 4. He's just under 4 feet. Oh my god, there's a tiger on screen. Baby tiger cub. Oh my god. So sorry, baby tiger on TV, adorable. Anywho, so yeah, 3'11". Even in the shorter eras of the Ninja Turtles, they were at least 5 foot something. So yeah, Lucario is a full foot at least shorter than any of the turtles, including Leonardo. But Lucario is a fighting steel type, which means he has the durability of the steel type to go with his skill as a fighting Pokemon, which does make him, and they're not all male, let's be clear, but I think the predominant gender ratio is male to female. 80%, 81% of these are male, so yeah, he. But I mean, one of the famous techniques that Lucario does is the Aura Sphere, which is a energy blast of aura. So it's basically the Hadoken of Mini Kamehameha, all that stuff. Something that, Leonardo's not capable of doing, though he is probably capable of using his chi on some level for, recovery, things along those lines. Apart from that, though, Lucario knows things like Quick Attack, Metal Clock, Counter, which if you take hit, you'll dish back the damage. Sword Stance, which increases your attack stat. Metal Sound, which basically lowers the special defense stat. Essentially, be a sonic sound, which would cause your ears to go like, ah. Bone Rush, which strikes with a bone. Where the bone comes from, I have no idea. Except I think in the show, we see it's like an energy bone they create. Quick Guard, which allows you to protect yourself from priority moves. Me First, work up. Heal Pulse. Dragon Pulse, and Extreme Speed, which is pretty much the pinnacle of a speed attack. It's a priority move that is beyond like Quick Attack. Quick Attack, the move always goes first, but with Extreme Speed, the move always goes first. Dragon Pulse is Energy Wave. Close Combat, which is pretty much like one of the near pinnacle fighting techniques, where you're doing mass amounts of quick processing damage, but at the cost of reducing your defense and special defense. Lucario does have a Mega Form that we will not go over because unless you're dealing with a trainer, there's no point in it. Now, in theory, I could have a trainer bring out their Lucario to fight Leonardo and then turn into Mega Lucario. But that's kind of silly because they think what? They think Leonardo's a Pokemon, which, to be fair, giant turtle with swords and a mask. I can think of weirder things. So, I mean, but these two fight. Let's say Lucario's on the run. He runs into the sewers, and, the Foot Clan's after him. Leonardo gets in the way, but, Lucario, using his telepathy, who are you? Are you after me as well? You can talk? Wait, no, you're telepathic. How are you doing that? I can talk to you telepathically using your aura, using our aura. But that's not important. Back off if you know what's good for you. And then, he launches an aura sphere at him, and Leonardo slices it to him. Yeah, I can't have you do that. My brothers might be away, and Master Splinter's busy in the lair. But there's no way I'm letting someone like you get to our home and risk our family. And then, they would go at it. Now, again, even in their shortest incarnations, for what I can tell, they're almost as tall as April, who's in somewhere like the low to mid 5 foot range. So they're at minimum like 5 feet tall. Let's just average it out and say they're about 6 feet, because the bigger incarnations of them are in like the 7 foot, 8 foot range. But so let's average out and just say 6 feet. You get a 6 foot turtle dealing with basically a 4 foot, because he's 3'11", a 4 foot tall Pokemon. So immediately he's gonna overwhelm him with just his physical force and strength. But Lucario, if we actually look at the speed feats in terms of their stats, now it's gonna be really hard to, well, not hard. It's gonna be difficult to kind of naturally measure out what, like, because they have number stats for their physical abilities. So like HP is 70, attack is 110, speed is 90, so forth and so on. So it's not impossible to gauge what Leonardo's stats theoretically would be. Leonardo, in terms of something like defense, would actually be really high in the defense stat because of his shell and his durability as a turtle. His special defense would not be very high, though. Like special attacks, he probably wouldn't have a high resistance to. Going into his shell probably would help, but, there's only so much you can do. Psychic attacks wouldn't do anything except maybe with his mental discipline as a ninja. Now, his speed, the thing is, the fact that Lucario knows priority moves like Quick Attack and Extreme Speed already makes him faster than Leonardo. So, and I would have to believe, because he's basically half Leonardo's size, he can get within Leonardo's guard a lot easier than Leonardo can get within his guard. Leonardo can loom over him and overtake him in some ways. But Lucario can easily just be like, and then just a close combat, just like that. And basically just knock the wind out, probably rupture some organs or do some internal damage. Lucario, because he can get in Leonardo's guard a lot quicker, is a lot more of a dangerous fighter for Leonardo to fight. Add on the fact that he's a steel type, Leonardo's blades might hurt him, but they're not going to like put him down. Leonardo, and at one point in the fight, you'll probably even see that where Leonardo finally gets in a lucky hit, like, I'm sorry, and then ching! What? And then Lucario just and then just aura spears, boom! Ah! But then here's where Leonardo's advantage takes place, because in the scenario we have, they're in the sewer, or because it's dark. Lucario probably does have enhanced senses because he's a Pokemon, but you're dealing with someone who is a competent ninja and just using the stealth and the darkness to his advantage. So Lucario doesn't know where he is. He's trying to pick up smells, but the sewer's just the sewer's loud as well because all the noise has been going on, like coloring things along his lines. Leonardo's probably throwing things around, mess up his hearing. Leonardo then comes in from behind, just boom, kicks Lucario. Lucario just rebounds, but now Leonardo's just ching coming in again. Again, there's no way that these the blades would kill Lucario, but they might be able to hurt him, and I think that's something you'd likely see. Just ding, he can only take. It's kind of like how Enma put it in the dub of Naruto when going up against Orochimaru. It's like, no matter how strong my body is, the grass longsword will still hurt me. Basically that. No matter how strong Lucario is as a steel type, and remember, when you really look at him, he's got metal on him, but he's very much still kind of like an animal. So his steel type probably lends to his durability overall, but that doesn't translate into like completely sword proof. So we have Lucario still maybe taking some cuts. They just don't go in very deep. And now he's starting to fray a little bit too. He gets in again with a quick attack, gets in within Leonardo's guard, and then just, says he thinks he has to face it, does close combat. Like I said, he didn't do it initially. That was just an example I was doing. But then, and then Leonardo just, his shell maybe even cracks a little bit, and he just, but now Lucario's huffing and puffing too, because this fight's already been drawing out. He's already been using stamina. Then you, sorry, I updated something. And then you have Leonardo get and then Leonardo just finally just shink and puts one blade away and just shink. He takes off one of the scabbards, sheaths it, and just kind of like does a Rurouni Kenshin, just and then Lucario kind of gets the idea and creates he does basically bone rush, creates the bone, and they just charge each other. Leonardo does slice through the bone, just hits Lucario straight on. But at the last minute, Lucario just Lucario's like, take this, Dragon Pulse! Boom! And just blast Leonardo straight to the wall again, making the crater even bigger. And this time, Leonardo's just down for the count. Just, Unfortunately, Lucario's also just kind of, and then his brothers come and they rescue Leonardo and Lucario, and they basically, they reconcile, like, oh, this is what happened. Sorry about that. Lucario wins this fight on several grounds, honestly. He's a fighting type, so he's naturally a fighting Pokemon. Leonardo had to learn his stuff, and he's not even a master of it. He's a highly proficient practitioner, or not even a practitioner. He's a highly proficient martial artist, but he's not a master martial artist. Most fighting type Pokemon are legitimate masters because they are literally born that typing. So they are just skilled in martial arts from the get. Add on a steel type, which boosts Lucario's durability. A smaller size, which does give him a disadvantage in terms of of Leonardo's physical strength over Lucario's. But at the same time, and that's arguable, honestly. But at the same time, it allows Lucario to just evade Leonardo. Just because I have to believe his speed would be higher than Leonardo's. Leonardo's quick, but nothing compared to like what we see in the Pokemon worlds. And knowing priority moves like Extreme Speed and Quick Attack. We didn't even use Extreme Speed. Quick Attack was honestly enough. Allows him to get within his guard and just get more hits in on Leonardo. And then the ultimate thing is that he has plus he has Heal Pulse, which could heal him from other type of injuries due to the fact that, Heal Pulse leaves him its Heal Pulse that restores the target's HP by half of its max. He can just recover from most of the injuries he has just with Heal Pulse later in the fight. So, unfortunately, then you add Extreme Speed, Dragon Pulse, Close Combat, Calm Mind, which would help focus his mind, Work Up, First Speed, Quick Guard, Bone Rush, Metal Sound, Sword Dance, Power Punch, Feint, Counter. The counter would suck. If he ever got a counter effect off, he sees Leonardo coming, uses counter, takes a solid shot, and then just throws it back at Leonardo. Leonardo's got a lot of problems coming in this fight. The problem is Leonardo doesn't have a large enough arsenal and a solid enough skill set to which he could really put down Lucario. If this was Master Splinter, I might have a different argument, because Master Splinter would be allowed some weaponry as well, because he has them along with him. Like in most incarnations of the Turtle Cave, he does have them. like weapons on the walls and those on swords. And he is a mastered martial artist, arguably even better than Lucario because he's taken years to study it, whereas Lucario just knows attacks and is a skilled fighter. And to the point where I think he is just naturally better than Leonardo just because of what he is. But you deal with a master martial artist, there's a difference completely going on there. If this were like Splinter or Shredder, this would be a different fight. Unfortunately, it's not. It's Leonardo. Does Leonardo lose all the fights, though? I can't say that. I think there are scenarios where if you use a combination of stealth and skill, he could maybe knock Lucario out. I think that's very possible. However, I ultimately would say it's got to be Lucario at least 80% of the time. But what do you think? Do you think Lucario wins all the time, less of the time? Do you think Leonardo actually would win the majority of the time? Let me know in the comments below. But thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Like, comment, share, subscribe. As always, you want us to review something, put in the comments below. Let us know. We'll get to it at some point. And ideas for who would win, Star Wars, Superior Magic, what if, anything I do on the channel, put that in the comments below as well. I'll get to that at some point. So thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. I got a what if to do today, and I'll see you next time.